PSG used to collect Ballon d'Or winners like NFTs. Flashy, expensive and painfully fleeting. But long before the Galácticos, Paris had real magic. Ronaldinho, the samba scorer who lit up the Parc des Princes before conquering Barcelona. JJ Okocha, the Nigerian maestro whose no-look passes warmed hearts in Paris and left Premier League defenders dizzy at Bolton. These weren't mercenaries, these were artists. Proof PSG's soul once beat louder than their budget. Under Luis Enrique, that soul is back. Meet the new PSG 51. Trophies richer but hungrier for more. Barcola, 22, fearless, 34 goal contributions. Vitinha, the metronome. Hakimi, the bullet train. A coach rewriting DNA, not buying it. Their biggest signing? Patience. Yet old habits die hard. A €1 million war chest for Barcelona's Balde, a legal firestorm with Mbappé, and a Champions League curse still looming. This isn't just a rebuild, it's a revolution, and Europe isn't ready. Born from a 1970 merger of Paris FC and Stade Saint-Germain, PSG wasn't just a club, it was a promise. A promise to put Paris on football's map. By 1986, they delivered. First Ligue 1 title, attacking flair etched into their DNA. But Europe? A bridge too far. Enter the 90s. Canal Plus's cash brought legends like George Weah and Ray. A Cup Winners' Cup in 1996, domestic doubles and Parisian pride. Yet glory faded fast. The 2000s? Chaos. Hooliganism, financial rot and 0 league titles for a decade. Then, 2011, Qatar's billions arrived, Zlatan's swagger, Cavani's grit, 4 straight titles, but the Champions League remained a curse, crashing out in humiliating collapses year after year. Desperation birthed the Galácticos, Neymar's €222 million mega deal, Messi's twilight, and Kylian Mbappé a generational comet. By 24, he'd already starred in 2 World Cup finals, lifting the trophy in 2018 and coming agonizingly close in 2022. But at PSG, even his 40-goal seasons couldn't mask the rot.
Je serai le tacle par derrière.
On paper, unstoppable. On grass, a fractured dynasty. No balance, no soul, no UCL. Until 2023, a record 11th Ligue 1 crown, but another European heartbreak. Now, Luis Enrique's revolution, scrapping superstars for Barcola's hunger, and Vitinha's vision, aims to rewrite fate. Yet shadows linger. Mbappé's €55 million legal battle, a €100 million raid for Barcelona's Balde. PSG saga, a rollercoaster of ambition, ego, and eternal what-ifs. Now, coming back to recent times, Luis Enrique didn't come to Paris to babysit egos. He came to build a machine that's now 27 games unbeaten, demolishing Ligue 1 records and hunting invincibility. How? By ripping up the Galácticos playbook and installing Barca's ruthless blueprint. Team-first ethos, relentless pressing, and youth over divas. Take Ousmane Dembélé, Barcelona's problem child transformed into a 32-goal monster under Enrique's iron fist. No more late-night antics, just laser focus. Or Bradley Barcola, 22 years old, 23 goals, 24 assists, outshining Messi's legacy with cold efficiency. Even 19-year-old Désiré Doué, 10 goals, 11 assists, is thriving when Neymar floundered. But the real magic? Balance. Hakimi's 8,667 pinpoint passes, Vitinha's metronomic control, a defense conceding just 0.6 goals per game. This isn't the PSG of Mbappe's tantrums or Neymar's Instagram flips. This is a statistical juggernaut. More goals, fewer leaks, and an 89.5% pass accuracy that would make prime Xavi blush. And the kicker? They're one win from becoming France's first Invincibles. No Zlatan, no Messi, just a squad of hungry kids and a coach who'd rather bench a superstar than compromise his system. Luis Enrique's PSG? More than a team, it's a warning. Gone are the days of PSG's 7-0-3 defensive clown shows. Luis Enrique's blueprint? A symphony of structure. Let's dissect the system turning Paris into Europe's most ruthless machine. Fluid rotations, the anti-Galáctico weapon. Forget static superstars, watch Barcola drift wide, Hakimi invert, Vitinha drop deep, all in one move. These choreographed rotations shredded Liverpool's press at Anfield, leaving Slot's midfield chasing ghosts. Dembele's 35 GA as a false 9? Born from chaos, dropping deep, dragging defenders and unleashing Barcola's 23 goal runs. It's not football, it's kinetic art. The press, from lazy to laser-focused. No more passenger princes. Enrique's PSG hunt in packs. 89.5% pass accuracy paired with a blitzkrieg press. Marquinhos anchors a 0.6 goals per game defense, while Vitinha's register mastery, 1,277 passes, 94% accuracy, turns recoveries into counters. Even Donnarumma risks dribbling past wingers to ignite attacks. Possession with a purpose. Building from the back, check. But Enrique adds calculated rage, wide diamond stretch defences, Nev's box-to-box surges overload midfields and patient cutbacks dissect parked buses. Versus City, 72% possession wasn't sterile, it was a slow-motion knockout. The verdict? Europe's most complete squad. 27 games unbeaten, a 38-game away streak matching AC Milan's record, a youth-driven core outworking Galácticos' legacy. Luis Enrique didn't just fix PSG, he built a tactical hydra. And the Champions League? They're not knocking anymore, they're kicking the door down. Now let's talk about the recent electrifying matches against Aston Villa in the UCL. Aston Villa came to Paris with Peaky Blinders swagger, Morgan Rogers' shock opener dripping Birmingham grit. But PSG? They brought a 19-year-old magician, Désiré Doué. The kid who toppled Liverpool curled a sorcerer's strike over Martinez, sparking a comeback as cold as the Otay Cops banner, by order of the PSG fans. Villa's resistance crumbled. Kvaratskhelia bulldozed the near post. Nuno Mendes, redeeming his earlier error, iced the game in stoppage time. Yet the real drama? Martinez, public enemy number 1. Denying Dembele's rocket and Hakimi's counter with clown car theatrics. PSG's 3-1 lead? Flattering, but far from safe. Villa's 7-game streak? Dead, but Unai Emery's smirk post-match said it all. See you in Birmingham. Then for the second leg, PSG arrived at Villa Park with a 3-1 lead and nearly left with a disaster. A first-half full-back blitz, Hakimi's poacher finish, Mendes' curler off the post stunned Villa's 17-game fortress, but Unai Emery's men, they rewrote the script. Tielemans' deflected dagger. Enter Gigio Donnarumma. PSG's human brick wall. A full-stretch denial on Rashford. A reflex save on Tielemans. A last-gap smother of Asensio. The Italians' 8 saves weren't just heroic, they were season-saving. Proud of the boys, sighed Konza post-match. But pride doesn't lift European trophies. PSG's heart-stopping chaos? Proof they've traded Galactico fragility for Street Fighter grit. Marquinhos put it bluntly, we're good enough to win it all. Next stop, Arsenal. The ghosts of past UCL meltdowns loom, but this PSG, they're not the same team. PSG's Galacticos era taught football a brutal lesson. Stars win headlines, but teams win trophies. The Messi, Neymar, Mbappé trifecta? A fireworks show, brief, bright and ultimately barren. Now, under Luis Enrique, Paris had traded fireworks for foundations. Barcola's hunger, Vitinha's vision, Donnarumma's defiance, a squad forged not by checkbooks but by chemistry. This is a club reborn, no longer a playground for egos but a laboratory for legends, like Barcelona's La Masia golden age. PSG's rise is built on patience, nurturing Doué's audacity, refining Hakimi's precision, trusting Enrique's Barca-honed blueprint. The result? A machine that outworks, outthinks and outlasts. A machine that just survived Villa Park's inferno. But the real victory isn't a semi-final berth, it's a philosophy. Qatar's billions finally understand greatness isn't bought, it's grown. By letting football minds lead, PSG has swapped instability for identity, drama, discipline. Marquinhos, once drowning in chaos, now captains a brotherhood. Dembele, Barcelona's misfit, thrives as a false 9 assassin. They have re-energized Dembele and brought back the joy in him to perform and made opponents worry about him again. This isn't just progress, it's poetry. The Champions League curse? Still unbroken. But for the first time, PSG aren't chasing miracles, they're building them. Even if it's Arsenal's rebels in the semi-finals, this squad carries a new weapon: belief. Not in individual magic, but in the collective. The Galácticos era is dead. Long live the Guardians.